When it comes to video games, indie developers have often the most interesting and innovative ideas. These developers don't have the resources of major game publishers, so they have to be creative in order to get their games noticed. And that creativity often pays off because some of the best video games of all time have been made by indie developers. So, which indie games are expected to be the biggest hits this year? Without further ado, here are our favorite indie games of 2022. First, we have Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Starting off with a bang, indie games can also present new opportunities to revisit familiar concepts that may not have received the attention they deserved before. Enter Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, a funky fresh rollerblading game with cel-shaded graphics and a pumping soundtrack from Hideki Naganuma. It's a spiritual successor to the massively underappreciated Jet Set Radio, but this time around, developer Team Reptile is doubling down on substance and style. Making a name for yourself by stringing together death-defying tricks with explosive graffiti combos is at the corner of the experience, so as long as you feel cool, you are cool. Up next, Endling, Extinction is Forever. Where some indie titles will attempt to rip players out of their lives and into new, exciting, unimaginable worlds, Hero Beat Studios' Endling, Extinction is Forever asks you to reflect on your ecological impact. The story introduces the last fox mother on Earth as she struggles to survive in a world becoming ever more polluted thanks to the human race. Explorative 3D side-scrolling means you'll weave in and out of ravaged forests and dried-up rivers, with stealth often being the only hope for survival. Surviving is everything in this too-real moody adventure, as without you, your fox cubs will surely fall victim to the harsh environments that surround them. Then we have Goodbye Volcano High. Originally planned to release last year, a narrative reboot pushed this whimsical narrative adventure Goodbye Volcano High into 2022. The game follows Fang and their group of friends through the turbulence of their last days in high school. It seems as if themes of friendship and love beat at the heart of the game, and it should strike a chord with fans of Life is Strange or Oxenfree. Oh, did we mention that Fang and their mates are dinosaurs living in the late Cretaceous period? Yeah, that might add just a little extra layer of urgency to the choices you make, if real-life history is anything to go off of. Spoiler alert, I guess. Next up is Stray. Since exploding into the video game scene with What Remains of Edith Finch, Annapurna Interactive has made a name for itself as one of the most consistent publishers in the business. Stray, developed by debut studio Blue 12, seems set to continue that legacy. Players will slip into the fur of an adorable ginger cat to escape a cyberpunk cityscape long past its glory days. The whys and wherefores of the decay will be teased out across the course of the journey, for which you will be accompanied by a drone. But for all the bells and whistles, the most appealing feature may simply be the chance to become a cat, as Blue 12 is promising that you'll get to be as playfully mischievous as our feline friends. This is for sure one of the biggest indie games of 2022. Next on the list is Hollow Knight Silksong. Team Cherry became a premier indie game developer after Hollow Knight's infectious Metroidvania gameplay and haunting visuals were a smash hit, so now it faces the mountainous task of making another game that's just as good, if not better. Luckily, from the glimpses we've seen so far, Hollow Knight Silksong might just live up to the expectations built since its early 2019 reveal. On the surface, this full-fledged sequel seems to have it all: more gorgeous hand-drawn visuals, brand new enemies, and kingdoms to conquer, and an evolved take on the original gameplay, etc. Playing as the knight's more agile counterpart, Hornet looks familiar but different in all the best ways, so it's a shame that the wait has been so long. But we put Hollow Knight Silksong on this list, so that means it has to launch this year, right? Well, whether it's released in 2022 or 2033, Silksong will still be one of the biggest and most anticipated indie games. Up next, Kerbal Space Program 2. Kerbal Space Program redefined space travel in video games in 2015, and with Kerbal Space Program 2, developer Intercept Games is looking to do it all over again. Promised to be the next generation of space exploration, the sequel is targeting the final frontier with new parts, fresh visuals, enhanced modding, and multiplayer. Physics-based space travel will also allow for colony building and interstellar travel this time around, as players reacquaint themselves with their disposable little green Kerbonauts. There will be lots of experimentation and failure on your quest to colonize undiscovered planets, but in Kerbal Space Program 2, that's half of the fun. That makes this one of the biggest indie games of 2022. And then we have Little Devil Inside. Little Devil Inside was one of the many games to ride the crowdfunding wave back in the mid-2010s. For the long-term supporters, following the development process has been a roller coaster of long silences and an unexpected timed exclusivity deal, but it all seems to have been worth it. Little Devil Inside is shaping up as an experience that's unlike any other. It's an action RPG, a slice-of-life sim, and a survival game all rolled up in one, characterized by its uniquely charming, hyper-stylized aesthetic. You'll explore an overworld, chase down monsters, happen upon chance events, and then return to your safe home to prepare to do it again. The game eludes an easy description, but if your interest is piqued, be sure to check it out. Up next, Loot River. Fight your way through procedurally generated dungeons, die, fight some more, collect new gear and permanent upgrades, etc. So far, so roguelike, right? Loot River puts a novel spin on the genre by giving you a degree of control over the alignments of the environments. This ability will give players an edge in combat by allowing them to zip away from danger at a moment's notice. But that's not all. Its bigger role is to present progression in Loot River as a series of environmental puzzles. The game aims to combine the addictive quality of roguelikes with the brain-tickling of puzzle platformers, which is nothing if not an intriguing mix. Another on the list, Martha is Dead. World War II is the backdrop against which the horrors of Martha is Dead take place. The game is set in 1944 as a Tuscan town is shaken by the discovery of a young woman's mutilated body. You play as that woman's twin sister in what promises to be a deep, disturbing story about grief and relationships. Martha is Dead seems much broader than many similar first-person narrative adventures, as you'll explore the Tuscan countryside, take and develop photos, unearth repressed memories, and do much more on Julia's quest to discover the truth. Then we have Neon White. Angel Matrix's Neon White gives breakneck a whole new meaning. Here's the pitch. You play as a suited-up assassin tasked with exterminating demons as fast as possible, and if you do the job right, you'll get a shot at living in heaven permanently. Gameplay looks like that of a first-person shooter with parkour and speedrunning elements, and a soul card system rewards creativity and quick thinking. Combining and discarding soul cards is only part of the battle though, as Neon White promises a story brimming with mysterious assassins from your past. It's got style, it's got speed, and it should absolutely be amongst the indie games on your radar in 2022. Up next, Planet of Lana. Games can take us to worlds unknown, and that's exactly what Wishfully plans to do with its debut title, Planet of Lana. Laced with a soft visual style, this hand-painted adventure set a tone of intensity and serenity with its otherworldly reveal trailer from last year. Players who pick up Wishfully's cinematic sci-fi puzzle adventure will take control of a young girl, along with her small trusted companion, as she trudges through overgrown ruins, lush jungles, dry deserts, and enough unfriendly entities to make your skin crawl. We've only seen a small taste of Planet Lana's rescue mission through alien landscapes, so there's no telling what the full experience has in store. This is definitely one of the most interesting indie games to watch in 2022. Now we have Sifu. Fighting off waves of capable opponents with Kung Fu has never looked this good. Sifu features devilishly quick combat across a wide variety of locations as players hone their skills as a master martial artist seeking revenge. You'll dispatch foes with lots of personal hand-to-hand combat skills, of course, though you'll have plenty of opportunities to use objects and weapons to your advantage too. Developer Slowclap, the studio behind Absolver, has used Sifu's stylishly snappy fights to draw eyes for nearly a year, but the real secret sauce lies in a unique aging mechanic. Thanks to a magic pendant, death is not the end, as players will get back up as an older version of themselves upon each defeat. Using your time wisely is key in Sifu, so expect to learn Kung Fu the hard way. That's a wrap for this video. Which indie games are you looking forward to in 2022? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.